This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Well, you know, Radio Trail is always going to go on time when Emraan Hashmi is around because he's such a pro. I can't tire of saying this. You know that he's going to land up on time, give you exactly what you want as a journalist and go away. Wonderful to see you, brother. How are you?
Thank you so much. This is one thing I've got from my school system.
Yeah.
Haven't got much, but yes, this discipline in coming on time I've got from my school. That's for sure.
That's a good one. And Shreya, welcome back.
Thank
in entirely
you.
different circumstances. You're
Yes.
looking lovely, might I add.
Thank you. My first ever radio interview, guys, I should let you know, was with this wonderful man right here.
What a wonderful thing to say. Though sometimes I feel like a dinosaur because the Sara Ali Khans and the Janhvis and you saying that is okay. But Ranveer Singh said the other day, saying his first radio interview was with me.
No, if I had said that, it would become a real problem then. Thankfully, I'm not saying that.
So what school was this that taught you to be punctual?
This is Maniji Cooper, Parsi
Wow.
School, Juhu.
Yeah.
So I did my
The big
entire schooling there.
and you know, I remember doing this interview with Alia and Varun where they were just at each other's throats.
Jamnabai? Was it
Jamnabai,
Yeah.
Manikji
Jamnabai and
thing.
Manikji always at each other's throats. Yeah.
So now we know that you came on time. What else were you good at in school?
That it ends over there. It pretty much ends over there. I used to walk in on time. Not very academic, but I pretty much sleptwalked through the entire 10 years in school, and just kind of those facts after facts after facts. I didn't really particularly take any liking to any particular subject. I think it's a bit of everything, but no, maths was okay, decent. I hated chemistry, and yeah, that's about it. It ends over there.
You, on the other hand, with your BTech degree.
Remember?
Of course I do.
Oh my God, how nice.
So what was your favorite subject? Were you
Maths
like a
and
maths
physics.
and physics?
Obviously. Without
and-
a doubt.
And nailed it.
Yeah, nailed
Yeah?
it. I love
Awesome.
it. Yeah. I really do.
So in terms of extracurricular activities, did you ever do some debating, do some theatre, play some football in school?
There wasn't much emphasis on the art side of things in our school at that point of time. I mean, I passed out in '94. But there used to be volleyball, cricket. Not so much of football at that point in time. Now the football fever is really kicking in. My son is in school right now, and yeah, he's crazy about football. Not so much about cricket. But back then it was volleyball. We had a volleyball court, cricket. Yeah, that's what it was. Table tennis.
Now that we've got all the good stuff out of the way, when was the last time you guys cheated in school or college? Or did that ever happen? Or were you just such good students?
I cheated. I cheated in my SYBCom exam in economics. That was one of the few one of the few subjects I wasn't prepared in. Wow. And as luck would have it, our invigilator let us copy for roughly 40 minutes. And he said that, just go for it. Have a field day. Open your textbooks, copy. Our center was in Bandra. And copied my heart out in those 40 minutes. The next invigilator change was going to be in 40 minutes. I don't know why he did that. And I got 65, 70%.
Despite copying, just saying.
40 minutes. Virat.
40
Given
minutes.
more, I would have got 100. I would have got 110.
Given more time to copy.
I'll
Look
go
at this thing, justification.
Why didn't we get invigilators like this? You, on the other hand, simple
I
South
let
Indian girl
people-
brought up in the Middle East.
I let people copy off of me.
So you were
Very
like,
charity. I believed in charity.
you would satkow it to the side so the person behind you or to the side of you got it.
Actually, in one exam in college, I remember. Now I can say this. I finished my paper and I submitted it. And I could hear like a collective groan from the back of the class because they were all depending on my paper. I went outside, had time to write the answer, the whole paper again, and then I passed it through the window and everybody copied from there.
But here's the thing, both are crimes.
Both are. Yeah.
They are.
This is probably a bigger crime.
This is a bigger crime.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Letting a couple of
now
people
that you've
back.
done this film,
This is
you
me
know
only-
exactly what's a
Yes.
crime.
This is only me copying. Here she let like a couple of them copy.
couple of them.
Oh, so the bigger crimes you're
it's a bigger
invigilator.
crime, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So now that we all are very clear on the fact that we have all sinned, I like the fact that all these different people have come together to co-produce this film. I mean, and I want you to talk about your co-producers. I mean, here's Atul Kasbekar,
Yes,
the cool photographer,
very
who incidentally also handles your career
Yes,
now.
he
Bling
does.
doesn't,
That wonderful person does.
and then there's Tanuj Garg, and then there's yourself. All very interesting minds. And then there's Bhushan Kumar, you know, whose skill at identifying the hit song just cannot be questioned. So talk to me about your co-producers and how much fun it was to do this film.
No, it was great. I think Ellipsis was a no-brainer to have them on board, and the script came to me a year back. Soumik narrated a story idea to me. At that time, we didn't have a screenplay or anything close to having a dialogue draft. And I was like, okay, I'll produce this because I've been wanting to get into production for the past 4 years. And then I was like, I can't do this on my own because it's my first film. I'll go crazy as an actor producer. I'll need a couple of people to kind of, at least divide the work. Then I was like, the first production company that came to mind was Ellipses. Just the fact that they stand for, say, out of the box stuff, but at the same time, it's kind of risky but still commercial. So they've made be Tumhari Sullu or Nirja. They've picked up some interesting subjects. So I felt it would be a no-brainer, and it was an okay in that first narration. They said, yeah, we're on board. And then it was Bhushan, T-Series. I think everyone, the intent was right. The story we're telling here, it's more than just economics and a business proposal here. I think it's got to do with putting it out there. People don't know of the stuff, everything that's going wrong with the education system. And here's a film that brings in all these things and also entertains you. Because if I had made a documentary on this, it would have just reached out to a couple of thousand people. At least why the medium of the Hindi film industry, we can get out to more people, parents, students, faculties. Probably faculties don't know how cheating goes on, how the cheating mafias function. So to reach out to all these people, and it's the conviction of all these guys, all the producers coming on board.
And Shreya, you being around these people, with your first motion picture, having these interesting minds around you. Let's start by talking about Atul. I mean, the fact that Bling is also handling your career, and the fact that he's co-producer on it. Imraan, who's another very interesting cinema mind. So the experience of working with this, let's come to your director a little later, but this set of co-producers.
Well, to give all due credit to Atul, I didn't get the film because he was managing me. I actually had to audition for like 3 months.
I believe 50 times or something.
You're accurate, because it was one audition after the other after the other, and I remember telling this to Atul, shouldn't there be some sort of a benefit because you guys handle me? I mean, what the hell? Why should I have to work so hard? But no, I did actually have to give a lot of auditions and had to give a look test and then a final script reading thing, and all of that happened, and then I got signed on. And working with these guys has been an absolute blast. Hrishikesh, let me tell you this though, in all honesty, because this is my first film, because you know me from before, my brain was on another level, and that other level was the Punjabi song level, where I was just doing Balle Balle because it was my first film. There would be nothing that could faze me. I was so excited because this is my first film. So
yeah. So that way you're easy to please.
Oh please, absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Speaking about the music, I mean, you guys seem to have so much fun with Guru Randhawa. I mean, it's a cracking track. I mean, it's gonna sweep over party floors and things like that. But there's something about that guy, man. He's just nailed it. He's nailed the quintessential current hit, the CHR.
He's rocking it right now. And I heard of Guru a couple of years back, and I went on to hear a couple of his tracks. I liked them, and then what struck me is that the insane number of hits that the views that his YouTube videos have gotten. And we didn't know how. We knew we wanted a Guru track in this album, but we didn't know how a track like Daru Vargi would come into a film like Cheat India. So we had to cheat our way through it. We've brought in a great music video that kind of, the narrative is things that the youth today aspires for, the flashy cars, money. They also give into cheating sometimes. So we brought in that angle, and it's an interesting song, and Guru is great to work with, and people have loved that song.
And speaking of that, greed seems like a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, it's not just a Guru Randhawa track or Punjabi pop that's talking about the big cars and the girls, or pardon my lingo, the babes. But even if you look at Western hip hop and that culture, it seems to be about that. The millennial culture of the greed and the big cars and the girls.
It's specifically a black hip hop culture thing, but that's actually a big criticism that people have leveled against the genre as well. But I do love me some hip hop.
So in the midst of this, in the midst of all this greed, it's wonderful that a film like Cheat India gets made.
Kinda responsible, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. And the fact that you've kept it in a tight 1.5 hours. How cool is that?
No, it's the running time is around 1 hour 58.
That is very cool, brother. Yeah. I've walked into so many films, and I've said
they go on endlessly.
You know, it's like
We've
nobody has the
kept
time
it-
to do a Sholay. With all due respect to Mr.
with all due
Sippy.
respect, yeah.
No, it's a these are Twitter times. It's the times of
140.
fast food. People want to get the message or at least be entertained for that 2.5 hour capsule and then just get on with their lives. So we felt that it's a high concept film. It's never been done before. We've brought in. It's very difficult to in those 2 hours bring in everything that the education system is failing at, and also bring in the characters and the love story and Rakesh Singh's life. But yeah, I think we've pretty much nailed it with a lot of stuff that's out there. The way the cheating mafia works, it's very interesting and very interestingly told.
So in complete contrast to you looking oh so sexy in your Guru Randhawa song, you're pretty plain Jane in the other bits that we've seen in the trailer.
very
Yeah.
much,
So
very
what is your
much.
part? What
So
is she
I actually, I'm a small town girl. I lower middle class income bracket family, and my character meets his outside of the sphere of cheating.
Wow. So
Yeah.
she doesn't know he's this whatever.
No, she doesn't at all. The rest you will hopefully see.
No, but is she a teacher?
She's an art student.
Oh, she's an art
She's
student.
an art student, yeah.
Wow.
A very simple girl. You can see, like, apart from the fact that you can actually see, there's not a stitch of any artifice with her. Like, whatever you see is what you get.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen an Emraan Hashmi ghazal with him sitting
No,
in
I'm
front
not.
of a harmonium.
No, I'm not. No, I resisted. I was like, what do you guys make me do?
But actually, you know,
But
it doesn't look out of sorts, brother.
Yeah, no.
You know, one would think that you, with all your swag and all your big hits, and would look out of place in front of a harmonium, but you managed to do it.
Only he can do that. He can pull something like
I
that.
was actually, I've learned the harmonium. I was doing it in school till I was like 9. I dropped
me?
it then.
Yeah.
I've done a
He couldn't
stage
play
show
it,
also.
if you're asking.
I've done a stage show also. I didn't continue the singing bit. I should have, but this is something, the classical music, I was doing it from the age of 6 to 9, and I let go of it. I think that came a bit handy when we were doing
And
it.
back in the day, they used to do, like Anu Malik and all, were just composing on the harmonium.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They would
yeah.
do their saas and this
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
and
yeah.
compose.
But it's interesting that you have these different diverse faces. Rakesh Singh doesn't really come across as someone who is that devious because he is heading the cheating mafia. But that was in its newness. I mean, that's what Somik said. I want this guy to look like he's just squeaky clean. And it's even more eerie when you know that he has this devious mind. He can look like the nicest guy in the room, but he is one devil. And therein lies the duality of this character. You don't know what to expect from this guy. So, and that song, well, one room on the harmonium, how do we hold it? That was another question, because it's you don't have like 50 locations and then the stuff that we have in our songs. It was just that one room, those close-ups, and of course flash forward to the moments between me and the girl, and we had to hold the song on that.
Wow. Now, as a BTech student, I mean, you've obviously been through the whole grind.
Yes.
One very scary thought to me is that, half-baked engineers and half-baked surgeons who don't even deserve to be surgeons are getting those degrees and are operating on people or, handling big multinationals. And that is a great fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And correct me, I mean, because we are city slickers, we don't know much of what's happening in the B centers. You guys must know now because of this film. What's really happening in the B centers? I mean, how is this cheating mafia operating?
See, it's not so much, from my personal experience, for me, it's not so much about the cheating mafia, but it's the fact that all of our parents want us to be in these slots that they've decided are the safe and the stable paths, be it an engineer or a lawyer or a doctor, because these are the only stable things that you can be. I feel like if that pressure eased off, then students and people would be free to choose what they actually want to do. And if they actually want to do something, I would imagine they would put in their skill and their talent and be proficient at it. I feel like because there's so much pressure towards you fitting a certain mold, that you get into it because of fear of displeasing your parents or whatever the society says you should be. I feel like if that eased off, genuinely we would get a lot more varied professions and we'd get a lot more skilled people in varied professions. Half-baked, never.
So, what with the IB, I mean, back in the day, we used to do Maharashtra board. Or maximum it used to be ICSE.
ICSE or SSC.
So with the
CBSE.
international board and the CBSE and the ICSE as well as the state boards operating, I know you're not an education expert, but you certainly know more than me, considering you've done the research in this or delved into it. Why is it that in the B and the C centers in particular, there is such a state of despair that is forcing people to reach out to Robin Hoods like Rakesh, like Rocky?
I think if you look at the affluent cities, people who have access to money and power, generally over here the pressure isn't as much because the loan system, the really pathetic loan system where you have surmounting interest rates, all this pressure comes on the families. You look at lower middle class homes in the interiors, and almost 70% of the life's income gets into putting it into the child's education, and then the child has to repay his parents because, like it or not, the parents look at the child as an investment because later on the child is going to become professional, go into some field, and then pay back and just look after the home. But you feel so vulnerable when you're in those states that it's not on the merit. All these seats are anyways being taken. Now they added another 10% quota. So it's almost 50 to 60% government quota. The rest of it is taken in by these undeserving students who've paid for degrees. Where will the merit holders go? So, and it's the difference between getting a 94% and a 98%. I mean, 94% you might get that, but then you might not even get a university seat because there aren't many seats. That's the excuse they give, that you only have to have a cutoff of 98%. But the fact is that they don't have the infrastructure to take so many kids in. That is why these kids, and there is an analysis done in Western countries, that if there is an emphasis on learning abilities, if everyone in the classroom is a winner, no one's going to cheat. The moment you put pressure on mugging, on grades, and marks, senseless mugging, these kids are going to go out and cheat because they're just crumbling under that pressure. That's why there's so many suicides. I mean, every day in the papers we read about another suicide. There's suicide every hour. So this is the reason why people in these states are pushed to copy and cheat. Umpteen paper leaks, different scams. I mean, it's pathetic, the direction in which our country is going.
Or the people who are wealthier, or people who have the wherewithal in the larger cities, they go abroad.
Yeah.
Like somebody gave me a very disturbing statistic saying that the Mandal Commission was first implemented in Tamil Nadu, which is actually my home state. I mean, I've been brought up in Bombay, but I'm just saying. So a lot of because of Mandal Commission, there was such heavy reservation that people who were deserving candidates, when they didn't get the engineering seat, they went abroad, which is why there's a whole community of Tambrams who just moved abroad, started working for NASA, and started working. The brain drain happened, So it's a mixture of the education system and also policies, that we need to question. I'm so happy that a film like Cheat India is out there to actually raise those vital questions. So the cheating doesn't happen with the answers being said through a headphone, like in Mundaba.
No, it's not so fancy.
I
I love that scene though. I love that scene. Yeah.
I mean,
and this is happening. Like, there are guys who will masquerade as Emraan Hashmi if Emraan Hashmi was a student and go and give the exam as Emraan Hashmi.
Yeah. That's the impersonators that are there, and that's big business in all the states, even in Maharashtra, and in some of the states in UP. I mean, they do so much, like they put knives on the table, and that's like a threatening call to the invigilator. The knife is on a blank answer sheet, which means the invigilator, agar jaan pyari hai, you have to go and fill up that answer sheet, otherwise you're gonna get jacked. So that's what happens. Then you have pebbles, rocks being thrown by the families with the answers on it into the classroom. Going back to the disturbing visual, I don't know if you have seen it in Bihar 2015, of that 4-story building where parents are climbing up 4 stories and giving answer sheets to their kids to copy. The police is standing downstairs on the ground floor. They're not doing anything. They're saying that we don't have so many police officers on board. There's so many, hundreds of parents here giving mark sheets, the answer sheets inside.
And what happens to the ones that actually sit down and write, those brilliant students?
They don't get a place in the sun. They just don't get a place situation. Because they some of them given to cheating because then they start getting into the business where they are bright minds. And here's another thing about our loan system. So when you pass out of a university, any business person, anyone who's getting into business, you would take risks in the first few years of you getting into the business. But the system is so bad that you can't take those risks. You have to pay off loans. right? You have to pay off those surmounting interest rates, and then by the time you're 35, then you can think of starting a business and take those risks. So to pay off those interest rates, they end up going and kind of backing this cheating mafia and give examinations as impersonators so that they can earn the money and pay off their
Correct.
loans.
Vicious cycle.
So it's a vicious cycle, and that's exactly what's happening. They're doing it for money, and you can't blame them. They need to pay off those loans.
So we spoke of Daru Vargi and we spoke about Phir Mulaqat. There's also a lovely ballad which Arman has sung, which is a Rochak Kohli composition, and that's actually quintessential Emraan Hashmi. You think of him doing the dance and you think of doing the romance.
It is.
So talk about the song. Talk me through the song.
So the most exciting thing about getting into this film with Emraan is the fact that I know he hates this question because he owes it to the wonderful composers and music directors and the singers. But I feel like if it's an Emraan Hashmi film, you're going to have fab kick-ass songs, which is the case with this film also. And plus, it's the first romantic track. So you should understand that everything I'm doing is my first anything. So I'm approaching everything
You're
with...
the ballad virgin.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. In terms of everything. So this is my first... So even if I'm walking, this is the first time I'm walking in camera. This is the first time I'm saying this line. This is the first time I'm in this romantic song. So everything had that extra dose of enthusiasm behind it. It was just absolutely fun. And to finally see it pictured so beautifully and people received it so well. I mean, we got 10 million in a couple of days?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just killer. It's unbelievable. Seriously.
Come on, guys. Let's talk about Lucknow now. I remember, I have these vivid images of wanting to just live in that Aminabad where you get those tunde kebabs.
Yes.
It's just
He won't eat any of that. I did.
You're on a diet.
I put out 2 nights to have that stuff, because my stomach, if I have a good diet and then having that tel bhara khana, I need to have an off. In case it gets jacked, then at least I have the next day to recoup.
Like on a shooting schedule,
very
his stomach is on a
disciplined
schedule.
stomach,
Yeah.
So I eat the same thing. When I'm outdoors, I eat the same thing every day. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. So the chef actually starts laughing on the phone. He's like, "Acha, theek hai, phir se wohi chahiye. Ab kyun mujhe phone kar rahe hain? Main bhej dunga."
No, but it's not like you're like Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh says food doesn't interest him. He's not passionate about food. He said he just eats to exist. He says that all the time.
So when I work, it doesn't interest me. So it's only when I'm off that I probably might start eating more. The calories stack up. But when I'm working, I don't think about food at all. It's just to stay alive, to get through the day.
So what was that one day menu like? The day Emraan, took off. I mean, the next day, whatever. What did you guys eat?
Yeah, his one day is my everyday. I have no such things. I live to eat. Food is my goodness. Where can I start?
Looking
You
like
have
the
no
way
idea.
you're looking, I could drink water and put on weight, dude. You're obviously gifted with great metabolism.
No metabolism. I work out like a beast. I have no great genes, nothing like that. I literally work out so I can eat.
Yeah, so what is the staple fare in Lucknow, man?
Kebabs
Producers are, what did you...
and
Kebabs
biryani.
and biryani and mutton and sheikh kebab and galauti kebab and all that good stuff.
And did you guys film in the university?
Yes,
Is that
we
where
did.
you filmed?
Amity University. And another one also. Two universities. So just the authenticity, and we shot with the students.
Yeah,
over
with
there.
the students there.
So yeah, it was good fun.
Did you get any filming accomplished, considering how many Emraan Hashmi
there was a
fans there are on the
They were
belt?
crowding it, yeah. He had to go out and make an appearance. Shant ho jaiye, shant ho jaiye.
Because they had that drone shot,
Yeah.
and even if you see the trailer, they just they don't move. They just stand there, look
Yeah.
at the shoot. But it was like a running drone shot, so you can't tell. But yeah, it was not that problematic. They were a bit disciplined also.
Can you tell us a little bit about the other members of the cast? Because we don't see much in the trailer. I mean, there's the two of you.
Yeah, you don't see me.
Yeah, even you, very briefly.
You have to
Hardly.
mention that.
No, we've cast at least more than 60-70 theatre actors from Lucknow. We wanted a certain authenticity, and we brought in the crowd from there. Good actors, and they've all the roles. I mean, her father's role, my father's role,
My brother.
her brother.
Local casting. So you didn't take like
We
character
took a few
actors
actors
We took a
from
few.
here. Like her brother, the
Is
boy
from
playing
Bombay.
Sattu
Yeah.
is from Bombay. But I think 90%, 95% of the cast is from Lucknow to make it very authentic. We've kept all the cast from there.
I was thinking that you're over the kissing phase.
I
was
was over it like 5 years back, man.
So then why is there a kissing scene in this one?
Not scene. It was
because
a
it's a
kissing
peck.
moment.
So
That's
this is
it.
my
They used emotional blackmail on
my
On me.
producers. They're like, ले लो.
You know, ले लो.
Good luck, chap.
ले लो.
नहीं, अभी ले लो क्योंकि हम लोकेशन पे हैं शूटिंग खत्म हो गई. This was actually we summed up
This is
the
hilarious.
shoot
It is.
in
It's
the
painful,
shoot
but
of Cheat
hilarious.
India was sealed with a kiss. That was the
Last
last
shot,
day and
yes.
last shot.
Last shot of the
and
day.
I was conned into it. They literally pulled me out of the makeup van. Just do it, please.
And they were not
because-
sure they were going to use it or not.
No, they were not sure they were going to use it. But
course
just
they were
keep
gonna
it because
use it.
suddenly we might think we need this in the song.
Yeah, because you
And
need
I
the
think
kids,
initially they
right?
knew they're going to use it. The Somic didn't want it. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
want
did,
it.
he did.
She wanted it.
You think?
Come on, man. Illustrious list of heroines with those lips have been on. Shreya, come on.
No, that's one list I don't mind being
So
excluded from.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I wanted to just run out of the set, but then I had to do it at the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell me about him on the set. Is he very focused at work, or is he able to just unwind and pull your leg and just have a ball?
Well, you should know he's the producer on the film as well.
Correct.
And do you notice how he's sitting? What do you think?
He's always got a swag about him. That's
And
Emraan Hashmi.
chill, right? Chill,
he's
relax.
I've already
He's-
made my money.
He's
On the table.
Yeah.
He is
There wasn't
exactly
there
like
be a
this.
problem. I'll be
Yeah.
standing up and giving this interview.
seriously, but he's exactly like this on set. So, and plus because he's the producer, you'd think that someone would have some absolutely nothing. He was completely chilled, which allowed me to be chill and be over enthusiastic about everything else.
I get the work done before I reach the set.
Wow.
So I can chill on the set. Like, I only work with bound scripts, and the entire character graph and everything I get out of the way before I reach the set. And I know the script from the first page to the last page.
He's not joking about that. He actually knows.
So that's my process. That's why I can chill on the set.
You're a cinema boy, and from everything you've told me over the years, all the interviews you've done, and also what your brother Mohit, cousin Mohit has told me, is that this phase must be so exciting for you with OTT coming in. I can't wait to see Bard of Blood. I've heard so much about it from Hussain Zaidi as a book, and what Bilal has done with it. You all kicked it off at Leh.
Yes.
You must be so excited about that too, yeah.
Very, very excited, and I've been a big fan of these platforms. Netflix mainly. The first show I saw at that time, it wasn't on Netflix. I think it was on AMC. Breaking Bad. I remember seeing it 6 years back, and that just pulls you in, man. Those episodes and the character graph. And it was a dream come true when I got into the show. Then I was like, okay, it's going to be a lot of work. Those 7 episodes, we're still shooting it. It's like shooting
7,
for 3
huh?
films. Yeah, it's like shooting for 3 films, but a lot of work. But it's great to kind of just a different journey of forming that arc. Not in a 2-hour film. You have a lot of time to sink your teeth into the character. So I find that very interesting.
And she's senior to you in that department.
Oh, come on. Can you not say that?
A great show, that lady special thing.
Thank
huh?
you.
Awesome stuff. Okay, last few questions before we wrap up.
Yep.
2018, is there one travel destination you guys went to, maybe indulge in some adventure sport and said, wow, this was the most amazing place I went to in 2018? Share.
I went to Bali for the first time.
Nice.
Yes. And I wish I would have dived because I usually love diving in places. But I went there with my parents, so I couldn't exactly do my diving there.
And what I love about Indonesia is it's so secular. I mean, Bali is a Hindu island, and then Jakarta in Indonesia has so much of Muslim culture.
Yeah.
It's quite an amazing
It is an
amalgamation of the two.
juxtaposition of
Yeah.
both the cultures, and it's a beautiful green country, and people are so sweet, and their currency is cheaper than India. You feel so rich, so it was
feel
it was a very nice vacation all around.
And did you get kuch hota hai? Shah Rukh Khan, they're huge fans.
No, for
locals,
some
man.
reason they kept yelling chapati.
Chapati.
Yeah, they're like, hi, chapati, come here, bye, see. I'm like, what is
Maybe
chapati?
they saw you eating on the go.
Chapati, but why chapati?
That's
So
funny.
strange.
How do you want to burn your calories and sweat it out in 2019? What's your fitness mantra, your sweat it out 2019 mantra?
Oh, I really like weightlifting, so I focus a lot of that and mixed martial arts.
You're not a cardio person. You're not like...
I do, but that's very, very rarely. If I do, it'll be high intensity interval cardio. But otherwise it's weights.
Emraan, 2018, a place you went to and said, wow,
Mine limited to my shooting locations because I've been shooting through to 2018.
Oh, that's boring.
No, apart from a 2, but again, they're not really boring locations, but been there, done that. I'd gone to Dubai and I went to Bangkok, Koh Samui. Those are 2 vacations I did. I didn't go anywhere for New Year, but the 2 exciting locations, actually one I've never been to was Leh Ladakh, which I shot Bard of Blood. Oh, it's spectacular.
Oh, it is,
I've
it is, it is.
never
You have
been
to
there.
get accustomed to the air.
Yeah, so either you go by road, that's the easiest way, but just because going from 0 to 15,000 feet, that's where you get jacked, and otherwise you take the pill. There's a pill you take, and that because of the
You can just wait a couple of days as well, no?
No, if you don't take the pill, it's a major problem. So Hussain Zaidi came there, and he had a major problem because he didn't have the meds. So if you take the meds, it's easier.
Oh.
That, and I went to Mauritius. This is the second time I've done
That's
a shoot
nice.
there. Mauritius is beautiful.
You're not an adventure sport kind of person? No?
Not big on them, but yeah, don't mind them.
What's your fitness mantra for 2019?
Workouts, animal flow, HIIT, and intermittent fasting.
Wow.
Oh.
Fast.
Yeah, I've already started it.
What is
I'm
animal
loving
flow?
it.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Animal
I'm
flow
ignorant.
is like a primitive flow, which is got
Like
things from.
planks.
Yoga.
No,
yoga.
there's like the
The-
bear
there's
walk, the monkey walk. They're different things. Basically, a
Related to
primitive
animals.
form of using your body, like you've never used it before, and it's sourced out from yoga. Burn a lot of calories, very tiring because it's body weight. You'll never get sore, and you can do as many sets as you want.
Wow. Okay, time to wrap. We have a show called Born to Win where we wish people on their birthdays. Rahman Saab's birthday is coming up. Alia's birthday is coming up. Alia Bhatt, Rahman Saab, one line each. A birthday wish for them, please. Thank you.
Mr. Rahman, you are the reason why I came into started listening to music and why it is the only thing that can pick me out of any mood that I am. So here's wishing you a very happy birthday. May you continue to make magic.
Alia.
I'll start with Rahman.
Yeah.
Rahman Saab, been a big fan of yours, and I've had so many hit songs in my films, and it would be a dream come true sometime in the future if you can compose an album for me. But all the very best wishes. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, and just keep churning out those hits.
Something for Alia also, no? You guys say?
Yeah. Alia, happy birthday. I've seen you from your first film. I saw Razi last year, and you've just grown from strength to strength, and more power to you. Many more hit films under your belt and more good performances. Happy birthday.
Seen her from when she was a child, right?
Yes.
Not just from Razi. I'm like, it's not just from Razi.
Shreya,
No,
Imran,
professionally.
Shreya and Imran, thank you for rolling by.
Thank you.
And best luck
So
for Cheat
good
India.
to be back. Thank you.